Welcome to the book series. Today's video is about my latest fiction series, the Nanima Series, and here are the 3 books. Nanima, which is book 1 of the series, Gabor, which is book 2 of the series, and the latest book, Sonda, which is book 3. The places in the Nanima series are all places that I know from my family background or places that I've lived. The first book of the series, Nanima, is based on the rural town of Wellington in New South Wales, Australia, where my family origins are. And there is a tiny town about 20 minutes outside of Nanima in the book called Yanyangert, which is based on the tiny town of Stewarttown, the place of many of my relatives, and where my grandfather originally started his farm. He was a pioneer farmer in that region and took virgin land and built his own house from the stones in the creek, and everything that was made on that farm was built by him and his family, and it was a long way from the closest town, and my mother grew up in that house. The second book, Gabor, is based on Mount Macedon. Gabor is the Aboriginal name for Mount Macedon, and at the bottom of Mount Macedon, or Gabor, is a small town called Wood End. And in this story, I have called Wood End Black Forest. And in the third book, Sonda, we're still in Black Forest for most of it, but towards the end of the book, we move to a different country town, which is called The Flat in the story, and that is the town of Gisborne in real life. Gisborne was originally called The Flat. The original town would have been not much more than a few shops, a hotel or two. Gold seekers would come from Melbourne, go all the way to Gisborne, or as it was called, The Flat, stay there overnight, and then risk their life to get through Black Forest the next day, hoping the bushrangers wouldn't get them, till they got to the other side of the forest is still there, to the town of Wood End, or I've named the town Black Forest in the series. One of the reasons why it's so helpful to a writer, and probably interesting to a reader, to base fiction on real life places is that we can convey the feeling of that town or place, mountain or forest, very authentically because we know it from experience. It's the same way with characters. Authors often base their characters on real life people or bits of real life people. It doesn't even have to be someone they know well, although it may be. It could be someone in passing, but something will stay in their mind and they transform that into a character and the energy of that person or the energy of that situation into a character and the story. And in this way, it seems very authentic because it is in fact based on what people really do, what certain sorts of people really do, and then it's up to the author how they want to use it. Of course, for me, because I have a very spiritual goal and my entire goal for writing is to help people look at life in a way that will help them to evolve, help them to heal of things that they need healing from, and help them to be happier. My whole process in writing is to put the reader in a situation of towns and characters where they can see things and think about things differently or understand things differently, all of which will happen within the reader's own mind, and they will come to their own conclusions and their own thoughts about every single situation they read about. But they're thinking, and when we think like that, we evolve.